right? So during the starting procedure, any SAP system starting procedure, okay, just first of all, ASCS will start first. ASCS means above central services, where we have the message server, NQ server is available. Then next remaining process will be started. Remaining application servers will be started. You can see in the application servers means we have the work process, and along with we have the dispatcher and ICM related services and IGS WD. So these three are the additional services will be up and running in the application server side. Okay, each application servers we have. So these work process are available each and every application server. Okay, application server is different, and now we will able to log in now. Why? Because so we have the dispatcher is available here. Dispatcher will maintain the all the request in order, will hand over to the dialog work process. Will hand over to the dialog work process. Will hand over the request to the all the dialog work process will hand over it. Okay, this is what it will do. So here, see here, nothing is waiting here. In the ECP, nothing is waiting. Few are running and few are new status. That is why we are not getting the connection. Now, just if you refresh here, immediately when it comes to the wait status, we got the SAP screen. We got the SAP screen in the backend, which means so dialog with process will pick up the user request. Okay, before coming to the dialog work process, so dispatcher will dispatching the request to the available dialog work process. Dispatcher dispatching the request all the user related requests which are coming from the SAP GUI. Okay, this is the thing. So coming to the our topic, so we are discussing about the transport administration yesterday, right? We are discussing about the transport administration. Just we will validate the configuration. We will validate the transport configuration, how it will be. So like that, we will validate the configuration. I'm logging to the 000 client domain controller system ECQ, right? ECQ. What is the password?
2020.
Yeah. Okay. So if I go STMS transaction code, you will see you are logged into the domain controller systems. If I go to the systems, you will see so what are the systems are available here. Here you added the ECT. ECD is the domain controller. ECP you added, but if you see the status, it's not active. You can see waiting to be included, which means you need to approve it. You added, that is the correct procedure, but you need to just click on the approve button. When you click on the approve button, so that will be comes to the here and it will be added here. It will be added to the here. So this what this will do here. Okay, this will come to the here. Okay, ECQ is unknown. Someone think it's not deleted. I think it's deleted, I guess. Okay, we'll reconfigure it again quickly. Okay, we'll reconfigure everything quickly. Say one-time configuration. All these configuration are one-time configurations. Okay, one-time configurations. So we will delete this domain controller configuration also. We will delete it, right? I have deleted this configuration also. We have deleted ECP configurations. ECP also I will delete it here. Okay, go to the STMS transaction code and you can see here delete it. Delete the configuration. Okay, I have deleted the configuration as well. Now we'll do reverse order configurations. Okay, reverse order configuration, which means so In ECP, we have the data, right? We have the valuable data is available. But ECQ is the old system, new system, which is built at the, like 2 days back itself, we built the new system. We don't have any data. Now we want to pull the data from ECP to ECQ, which means we will configure, the domain controller system as, so we will configure the domain controller system as, so ECP, and ECQ is the target one. Okay, where we will send the all the transport request and everything. Okay, reverse order. Okay, so this is our ECP, this is our ECQ. So maybe if you have one more system, that is we will do that one. Okay, so this is our ECP system, SID. So this is our ECQ. Yesterday we have configured the domain controller in the ECQ system, and source also ECQ system. Now our source and domain control should be in the ECP. Okay, we will do like that. Okay, what we have to do now? We have to log into the 000 client ECP, right? So we have to log into the 000 client, and any one of the user just execute the DDIC. Now just to go to this button. Why? Because you want to change the domain controller configuration to ECP. Just click on the change button, configure the new domain, then immediately you will get the domain underscore ECP. Now our domain control configuration is also same, like we are configuring as ECP, right? ECP. Then click on the save button. Then as usual, it will ask the configuration of the set the user of the TMS ADM, one background job, and the configuration will be saved at the file system level. Done. You are logged into the domain control system. Now go to the here ECQ, then go to here, then execute the STMS transaction code. Now it is asking the ECP. You want to add this ECQ system into ECP system? Yes. Just click on the execute button. Here also one user will be created. That is the TMS ADM user will be created. 2 RFC destinations will be generated, and one job will be created, RFC destination. So now what is it saying? SAP system waiting to be included in the transport domain. So you have to go to the ECP system, then click on the systems button here. Okay, just click on the systems here, then go to the ECQ. It is waiting to be included. So which means we have to log into the domain control system. Just click the approve option, so that will be included here. See here. Now both are active status and configuration is up to date. Both are active, configuration is up to date. So now we added. Now routes configuration, we have to do that one. I think this is coming in this one. Go to the graphical editor. We will come to the here. I think this is wrong. Now. What we have to do? We need to delete it. Just select it. Click on the delete button. Okay, delete button. Okay, select it, delete button. Okay, done. Now go back, just go to graphical editor. Now go to the change mode, configuration, standard configuration. We have only 2 systems, right? 2 systems in the landscape. What is our development system? ECP is our development system, production system. Means target system is our ECQ system. Like that I have configured. Just click on the save button. Done. Okay, your configuration is saved. Okay, done. Okay, your configuration is saved. So now see, yesterday we configured the ECQ here, ECP here. Now ECP is here, and we have ECQ is here. We are configured like that. We have done the configurations, and also we have the layers: SAP layer, ZSA. 2 types of layers, and 2 transport routes layers, 2 types. This is what yesterday we discussed, right? This is what yesterday we discussed. Now what we have to do? Configuration is done. One time configuration we have done. So systems configuration is done. Everything is done. So now what we have to do? So we have done the configurations. Everything is done. So Now we are ready to move the data from ECP to ECQ in the form of transport request. Transport request. Okay. So where you want to move the data from source is the this one. Here you need to create the transport request. You need to create the transport request. Transport request. That is called the TR number. So TR number you have to create it. So the TR number transport request is one of the request. In this request, we can add the objects, we can add the data, we can add the tables, structures, functional model, code, programs, all these configurations, everything we can add into this transport request. The request contains, so the request naming convention is like, okay, so SID K9 number, 5 digits number. This is the transport request naming convention. Transport request. This will be created automatically. You no need to do this one. So where we have to create this transport request. So we have three transaction code SE01, SE09, SE10. Using these three transaction codes, any one of the transaction code you can use it to create the transport request. So once again, creation of the transport request is for the responsibility of the functional and development teams. So we are not responsible, but sometimes we have to create it. Some cases. So in that case, you need to check. Okay, you need to take the notes of the how to create the transport request and everything. So in SE01, we have to create the transport request. This is the naming convention. Okay. So while doing this configuration, we already discussed about the trans directory, right? Trans directory at operating system level. Okay. So when you are doing this configuration, so when you are doing the configuration, so in the trans directory, we have bin folder, buffer folder, profiles, and data files, and bin buffer profiles and data files, and SAP names and temp. So log, these are the EPS, these are the folders will be available at operating system level. Okay, under the trans directory. Under the trans directory, we have these file systems are available under the trans directory. So what is mean by trans directory? Why this is relation to the transport? Same. So this STMS is related to the trans directory only. Okay, trans directory only. Okay. So here, whenever you are doing the configuration, so it will generate the all the TMS configurations, everything under the bin folder, right? Transport bin folder. And whenever you are importing the transport request, all imported transport request, import queue. This is called the import queue. Imported transport request, imported TRs will be available in the, so this one. Okay, these two we discussed now. Okay, import type, files, data files, that is the different. Okay, during the configuration, all the configuration, TMS configuration related settings will be available in bin folder. Okay, that's you clear, right? Yesterday we discussed and we are seeing. So now we are discussing about the TR creation, means transport request. TR means transport request creation. We are discussing now transport request creation. Okay, so how to create one? Go to the SE01, we have to create it. So now ECP is our source. We have to go to the ECP, any one of the any one of the user. Suppose we have the client, right? So client, we have the client and user also available here. So I went to the basis admin user. Then here, go to the SE01 transaction code, SE01 transaction code for creation of the transport request. Okay, SE01 transaction code for the creation of the transaction code here, SE01. Okay, so here we have the option like just click on the create button, create the transport request. So while creating the transport request, we have the, it will ask the options, types of transport request here. Here, types of transport request. Let me take one more screen here. So types of transport request. Okay. When you are creating the transport request, here it will ask the types of transport request. So here we have types of transport request, customization request and workbench request. And transport of copies, and the relocation of the relocations. Okay, these are the types of objects are available here, types of request. See here, so customization request, workbench request, transport of copies, relocation of the objects. So normally these three we will not use it. This fourth one, this third one also rare cases during the system refresh time, we will use the transport of copies. So most of the team, they will use it either customization or workbench request. So what is the difference between customization and workbench request? When you have to select this customization request and workbench request. Is it clear? So till now, is it okay? Like, is it clear, right?
Yes, sir.
TLF configurations and these things. So, but now we are discussing about the, so customization, when you have to create the customization request, when you have to create the workbench request. These things we have to discuss now. Okay. Okay. Customization request means depends upon the client, only dedicated client. Okay, which means you are creating the customization request, so then which client you are creating? 100 client you are creating. So which means the request, the data is valid only for 100 client only. Workbench request is not depend upon the client, cross client, which means it is applicable for the all the client. It's applicable for the all the client. So basically in the system, we have the two types of data is available. One is the client specific data and cross client data in SAP. If you have any changes which is related to the client specific, then you need to use the customization request. If it is the cross client, then you have to use the workbench request. You got it right? Suppose you have 100 clients, right? You have 100 clients. So we have 100 clients. Okay. You have created the two users. You want to transfer these two users to the, so 100 client. That is fine. But you have 100 client, you want to transfer this users to the one more client is you have available, that is the 200 client. That's not possible, which means it's a client specific data. In which client you are creating, only that client you have to move the data from 100 to 200 client only, not like the 200 client. Okay, got it? Okay, so this is like that only. Okay, means client specific. So two types of data, client specific data and cross client data. Okay, client specific means client specific, client in specific. In specific is called the cross client data. Don't confuse client specific and client in specific. In specific we will call it, that word is different, right? That's why there is special naming convention, that is called the cross client data. Special naming convention is called the cross client data. The special naming convention is called the, so cross client data. Special naming convention is called the cross client data. Okay, so that is called the special naming convention is called the cross client data. So you got it right, the difference between the, so client specific data, cross client data. Suppose if I take the example workbench request, cross client data means, so cross client data means, So calendars, calendars, system calendars. Calendar is applicable for the all the clients, right? And also company code also. So some of the function settings that is also should be applicable to the all the client. We should import into the all the clients. That's why. So we have to use the workbench request. So normally everyone they will use the workbench. Most of the teams they will use the workbench request only. Most of the teams they will use the workbench request. Okay, workbench request. So normally this creation is not what our scope, but for safer side, I am explaining about the workbench request and cross claim request. Okay, got it right? So only client specific customization objects are comes under the customization request. System wide, including all objects comes under the workbench request. But what about this transport of copies are? This option we have to choose it during the refresh time. Refresh means not our refresh. So during the system refresh time, we have one topic. That topic we will discuss. But now we can use any one of them. So normally we will use the workbench request. Just click on the request. Here we need to fill the description. Then only request number will be generated. So here request number you have to just an example. Users movement. Just the description you can take it anything, not a problem. User movement to ECQ system. So ECQ system. Why? Because now we are in the ECP. I want to move the users from ECP to ECQ. So then I have filled the description. Project, we don't have any project. Then target system automatically it will come where you want to move it. Just click on the save button. Then request got generated. Our request number is ECP K900. This will be generated automatically. This is the sub request. This is the main request. This is the sub request. Just double click on this request. Go to the change mode. Here you will get the confusion here. Why? Because as I told you, right, this request creation, adding the objects into the here. So request really is this part is not our scope. Okay, but don't get confused. Okay, so that's why I'm telling very slowly. Okay, don't get confused. So here what you need to remember is while creating the transport request types of request. That's enough. Where to create the request? This 2-3. What is the request naming convention? What are the transaction codes you have to use for creation? How many types of transport request? These 3 important points you should know. You don't need to worry about how to create and everything. If you know, that is also better. Okay, here we need to you need to add the objects here. Why? Because data we should add it, right? We have to add the data here. So what data we are planning to transfer? Users data, any one of the users data. Anyone created the client here in ECQ? Post steps, anyone created?
Yes, sir.
You created any client here in ECQ system?
No, sir. I didn't create any. No.
Okay. You have to perform the some client creation 100 and those things you have to perform it. Okay. So in SE01, if you open the SE01, we'll see how many users are there here actually. This is a new system, so nothing is there. No one is there here. See here, 2 users, SAP star and DDIC. In ECQ, we have 2 users are there, right? What about the ECP? ECP is it's a long back system. We have number of users already exist. You just take the one more new GUI session here. So just to go to SU01, this will come as part of the security. Okay, we'll discuss about this users creation as well. So here, if you see how many are there, we have 16 entries found here. You can see here we have 16 users are there here. 16 users in the ECP. ECQ 2 users. By default users we have. Now we want to transfer we want to transfer these two users, 16 users in ECP2, we want to transfer to ECQ system, we want to transfer. If you do the client copy, what happens? All the data, not only user, every data will be go to the here, but that's not like that. We want to transfer the data in the form of transport request. Okay. So here we are created the transport request. Now we are adding the objects here. So here R3TR, that is the syntax we have to use it. TABU, table entries we are adding. Then what is the table name for the user? USR02 is the table name. The table name we have to add it. Table keys star means all the table entries we want to move it here. That's why I executed that star. Go back, save it, go back. Yes, I have added the object list here. Table name I have added, which means, so this table in the ECP, we are moving to the ECQ. How you are moving? You added this table entries into the one transport request you added, right? This is the transport request. 00034 is the transport request number. So as part of this transport request, you added the data, this tables data you would add. Why? Because data is saving into the tables level. So if you move this table, data also will move to the from source to target, right? So once you're done, you need to release it. Now it is in the modifiable status. If the request is in modifiable status, if the request is in modifiable status, so which means the TR is not released. TR is not released. There is a series of actions we have to perform. That's why TR creation is not part of our duty. But here I am explaining here, but don't get confused. So TR creation, once you've done the TR creation, then TR release, you have to release the TR. Then TR import. This is our duty. This is our responsibility. Okay. This is our responsibility. TR creation, we have done it using the SC01, we have created now. Okay. SC01, we have created now. TR release, releasing the TR also not part of the our table. So this is, you can just, how to release means nothing. It's in the modifiable means it's not released. Just select the button, select the transport request, just click on the release directly, click on the truck symbol, which means that TR will be released. It is releasing. Releasing means it is exporting. It is exporting. It is exporting. Releasing means exporting. Exporting to file system level. So when you are releasing the TR, you created the TR. Just if you are releasing, then immediately it will generate the four files in the form of K9, and data will be generated in the four files and R9, co-file and R9. So data files will be generated. Co-files and data files will be generated. So when you release the TR, when you release the TR transport request at OS level, operating system level, two files will be generated. Two files will be generated. One is the co-file and data file. Co-file starts with K9. Okay, data file starts with R9, K9 and R9. File starts with K9, data file starts with R9. We can verify now. So what is the request number? K9000034. Okay, go to the here, C drive, USR, SAP, trans, co-files. We go to the co-files, today's date, we can see here in the today's date, there is a K90034 number is generated. Go to the here in the data file, K90034 data file is generated. Okay, control file, one control file, one co-file, one data file is generated, right? So we have discussed about these two folders as well. In the trans directory, we have the bin. All the configuration, TMS related configuration is generated here. Then, so co-files means whenever you release, you remember, or if you by head, whatever you want to do, you can do. But when you release the transport request, from source, the two files will be generated into trans directory, which means so co-files and data files will be generated. So that will be generated here. After you release this transport request, okay. Okay. So whenever you release the transport request, you have to keep 2 points important here. When you release the transport request, two files will be generated, co-file and data file. Co-files in the naming convention of K9 and data file is R9. The two files are not generated means your TR is not released. If the TR is not released means you are not able to import, means your request is not released. So previously you can see here it is the modifiable status, which means TR is not released. If it is the released status, which means TR is released, ready to import now, ready to import this table from here to here. Then how to import then now? Okay, now our duty, our responsibility we are talking about now. Okay, so TR creation is done. TR release is done. We have verified. Then TR import. This is our duty, daily duty we have to discuss now. Every day, bulk number of transports. Number of transports, we will get the request to import it. Okay, we have to import the transport request. This is our activity. So this activity is not our scope. TR release is not our scope, but only this one is important. But without releasing the TR, we cannot import it. So sometimes the development folks, functional team not aware of how to release it. Then you have to explain to them. Suppose they will not release the TR, they will create the TR, they will ask basis team to import it. But we should check whether the TR is released or not. This is the activities we have to perform, right? So this is the activities we have to perform. Okay. So now TR is released by TR owner, then that is fine. Then what next? Now we have to import it. Now they will send an email to basis team. Basis team, we have created the one of the transport request into the ECP system. Please move to the ECQ system. They will ask us to move it. In this case, it's our responsibility. Go to the STMS transaction. Click the transport truck symbol, import overview. Okay. Just click the just refresh it. Refresh. Here, how many requests are there in the queue? We will get the information here. We will get the information here. How many requests are here? Here we have only one request, right? ECQ, we have released the one request, that is the 34, right? So example, this is the transport request, we got it. Okay, how we went it? We went it to the STMS. Just click on the import overview. Select the system. Which system we want to import? Import system, target system. Why? Because we have to import the request into the ECQ, right? ECQ system we want to import. Then select the ECQ system we want to select it. Let's refresh it. Then already request is there here. Select the request. How to import the transport request means this is the settings we have to do that. This is very important, guys. Please remember. Okay. Go to the STMS transaction code. Okay. Just click on the import overview. Select the system. Which system you want to import? Select the system. Which system you want to import? You have to select it. Then select the transport request. They will tell you which transport request you have to import it. So properly you have to select the transport request. Then just click on the truck symbol. Sorry, which truck symbol we have to select it here, which means import symbol. We have to import it now. Import means truck symbol only. So which symbol we have to select it? Or if you go to the here, you will get the option like import option. Import option, you can import it. Or if you select this one, that is also import option, we will get it out. But don't click this full loaded track. If you if you click this import all request button, which means whatever the transport request we have in the buffer, hundreds or 200s or 300s, all will be imported. All will be imported. You will be create a code corrections, syntax errors, all the dumps will be created. But so while importing, make sure you select this one, choose either symbol or go to the request, just click on the import button. Okay. Now, while importing, it is asking which client you want to import. Suppose I want to import to the 001 client. You want to import immediately? Yes, I want to. Or I want to import after the 2 hours, you can schedule it. I want to import immediately. Go to the execution. So which mode you want to import it? Either synchronous mode or asynchronous mode. Normally, by default, asynchronous mode is selected. We don't touch this one. We will do this one. What is the different mode, different execution modes? Synchronous modes and asynchronous mode. Synchronous mode means when the import is started, actually normally when you are doing the imports, one work process will be assigned to us. Why? Because when you are importing the transport request, one BTC work process, why? Because one job will run in the back end, RDD, IMP, DP job will run when you are doing the import option. Okay, one job will run. Okay, are you like, let me pause it here. Are you guys are okay now? Are you guys are listening? If not, then I will stop it here. I will tell import process tomorrow only. If you are interested, then I can continue. If you are not, why? Because it's a very important topic. If you want to pause it, I will pause it here. Otherwise, if you want to continue, I will continue the import process. Your wish. Why? Because your understanding is very important here. Don't think like we are delaying. Your understanding is very important here. So that's why I am pausing here. If you are able to understand TR creation, TR release, that is fine. If you are okay, like you are getting bored or you are something unable to understand, just let me know immediately. I can just I can pause it here. I can explain.
Please continue.
Okay, everyone is okay, right? To continue the TR release, TR import procedure. It's a very important. This is the activity we have to perform once we join the organization. Okay. Okay, I'm continuing. Okay. So if you want to, okay, that's fine. Let me take it first now. Okay. Now what we are doing now? TR import procedure. How we got the TR? Our functional team, development teams, they have created the transport request. They asked the basis team to import the TR. Then we have to import the TR. In this case, what we have to do? We have to log into the system. Then go to the STMS transaction code. Just click on the import overview. Select the system, which system we want to import it. Then select the transport request. Just click on the import. Which client you want to import? Suppose I want to import to this one. You can import to the n number of clients, not a problem. Not at a time, one by one. Okay. So just click on the execution. Just you can ignore it. So if anyone asks you, by default, we will use the asynchronous mode only, synchronous mode only. Okay. That's you can ignore it. You will get confused. Then go to the options. This is called the TR import options. This screen is very important. Okay. TR import options. What are the TR import options? You need to tell. So 4 or 5 things you need to remember. So what is this TR import option? So this will be selected by default. Okay. Import the transport request again. This 34 transport request already imported into quality system. You want to re-import. After import also, you have to re-import again. That time you have to use this option. So the objects, the TR objects already exist in the target system. You want to override those objects? Yes. You want to override the unconfirmed repairs? Yes. So ignore invalid component versions? Yes. You want to skip the procedure relationship? Yes. You want to ignore the table container? Yes. Whatever the options your organization will follow, you have to choose these options. But in my organization, we will follow first four, last one. We will select first four, last one. That depends. That depends upon the organization. They will tell you while importing the TR, you have to choose these options. You need to remember this option also. Just click on the import continue button. Now TR is getting import the request into the ECQ 001 client system. While importing here, while importing the transport request in the back end, so one job will be executed. It will be used the RFC destinations, TMS ADM RFC destination. One job is running means in the back end, one BTC work process should be used, right? So this will happen, right? That I will explain now. Okay. Yes, click on the import request. It is asking the ECQ password 001 DDIC London 202. Okay, import started. You can see import started. Import started means we will get the one symbol like truck symbol. Import is running now. Import is running. Truck symbol we will get now. Okay, request is getting imported into the ECQ system. From ECP to ECQ, the transport truck is started. The truck is started from ECP to the truck is started on the road. Road means transport routes. Okay, on the lane. These are the customization request, like which means ZSAD lane will be used on the road. The truck is started. The truck, you can see here, truck is started here. So who is driving here? The TMS ADM user is driving from where? RFC destination on the road. Okay, it is moving now. Just click on the refresh button. Okay, it is truck symbol is gone. Okay, now what is the written code here? Written code means RC means written code. The TR written codes we have. So how can we know whether the TR is imported successfully or not? We have the written codes 0, 4, 8, 12. So RC0 means written code 0, which means TR imported successfully. RC4 TR imported with warnings. Okay, RC8 TR one or more objects are having issues, which means the objects, the data which you added into the transport request, those are having issues. Those are having issues. The objects which you are added, those are having issues. So this is functional team will take care of, the development team will take care of this one. 12, RC12 means system error that we need to investigate. So what type of system errors we may get, that I will explain. But RC8, not our scope. 04 means requests are successfully imported with warnings, we can ignore it. If the request is 0 or 4, it means it's imported only. 8 means the TR is failed. Now TR is imported successfully to ECQ system. Now we want to validate the data now. Go to the ECQ system. We have to go to the ECQ system. Why? Because previously we have seen only 2 users are there in the ECQ system. Now we will verify it, how many users are there. Okay. So because same, it should be same. How many users are there? It should be same. Only 2. Go back. C01. This one. Only 2 users are there. So which client we have done the import? 000 or 001? I forgot which client.
001, sir.
001 only. So after import, so our responsibility is only to import the transport request. Whatever the written code we got it, we have to inform to them. Okay, TR imported with RC0, TR imported with RC4, something like that. TR imported with the RC8, like that we have to inform to them. So their responsibility to validate the data after the TR import. But we will see now whether the data came to here or not. Oh, okay, not working. Okay, why? Because the data moved. Now everything will not work, but our basis user will work. Why? Because we have the same user is available in the ECP. Now I moved the all the users from ECP to here. Then how these users are working now? How these users are working now in 001? How these are working now? Why? Because so we have I have moved the all the users from from ECP to ECQ. I have moved all the users here. All the users moved. So that is the reason basis user I'm able to log in. But previously we don't have any users in the ECQ system. We don't have any users here. We don't have any users in the ECQ system. So, but let me try to log in any other users we have. Maybe Ravi. No, no authorizations. For my user, I don't have any authorizations. Okay, at least we are able to log in with my user and basis user. Previously, we have not created any users, but at least I am able to log in now. So like that, we have to transfer the data. Like that, we have to move the data from one system to another system. Not only tables data, function, whatever the data code, functions, programs, we all are available in the system. So they can move to the one system to another system in the form of the transport request. They will create the transport request. We add all those objects into the TR. They will release from the SE01. Then when they released, these two files will be created. We have to validate these two files are generated or not. Yes, it's generated. Then we are good to import the transport request. How to import means using the STMS transaction code, we can import the transport request. Just select the import request. Just click on the select the button. Then select the options. Go to the option, which option you want to select it. Select it. Just click on the import option. That will be imported. Any number of times you can import it. Because number of again you can import it, not a problem. Okay, number of times you can import it. Again, it's ended with green, which means RC0. 4 means warning, we can ignore it. 0 means 4 means successfully imported. If it is the 8, some issues. 12, the system error. So like that, there are the 4 written codes, transport written codes. During the interview point of time, they will ask you, how many types of transport written codes we have? 0, 4, 8, 12. What is mean by 0 and 4? Successfully imported. 8 means one or more objects are error. 12 means system error. What type of system errors? Maybe. So here I will explain. While importing the TR, so there is a one job will be used. One job will be used. That is called the RDD IMPDP job will be used. RDD IMPDP job. RDD IMPDP job will be used. Right? See, RDD IMPDP job is used for importing the transport request. Right? This job is required. For BTC, one background job is required. The one work process. Okay? That is. So through truck symbol, this job will be imported. While importing this job, objects will be moved. So which means basically when you are importing the transport request, backend RDD IMP DP job is started. RDD IMP DP job is started. When you are importing the transport request, this job is started. RDD IMP DP started. So if this job is not running, if if the job, if the background job is not running, what we have to do? We have to run it. We have to schedule the one report. We have to schedule it in the backend. Okay, that I will explain tomorrow. Why? Because now in the last few minutes time, if I explain it, if you guys are in the hurry, so you will not get it out. So tomorrow I will explain it, the transport issues and the transport questions and everything. Now we can only remember how to import the transport request, what are the options we have to choose it, what is the transaction code to import, what are the return codes while importing. So like that, you need to remember all those things for today. Okay, got it? Any questions? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow,
Yes.
interview point of time, I will explain for this topic. Client copies, and the transport admin. Why? Because these two are very important, as I mentioned, right? So very, very important. If you attend the class, you remember all those questions and answer, definitely you will through the interview. Okay. Tomorrow I will explain interview point of time, these two topics. And then what we left in the TR time, in the TR questions only. So what exactly happens? TR is not important. What troubleshooting we have to perform? All these things tomorrow I will explain. And also the trans directory also I will explain. Okay. Any questions from anyone?